Hey, hello everybody. Are we here? Yay. Can you hear me back there? All right, we're good to go. Welcome tonight. Thank you and welcome to everyone, parents, coaches, athletes. We're gathered here to celebrate all the achievements both in the classroom and on the playing field. We celebrate three areas tonight. One is our Cavalier Award, which goes to the most energetic and positive, good sportsmanship, all around, everything for the athletic team. We also celebrate our Academic Award, which is issued to the academic sophomore athlete from each team who has the highest GPA through the fall of 2018. Finally, the MVP Award, or the Most Valuable Player Award, is given to the student athlete from each team nominated by their coach who has played the biggest role in contributing to the team's success. So I'm excited for that, excited as this would unfold tonight to celebrate your successes. Before we begin tonight, I'd ask that you turn off your cell phones, or put it on silent at least, out of respect for our speaker, who I'll introduce in just a second. But before I introduce our speaker, I want to recognize just a few folks that play a big part in the success of the athletic department. The first person, I don't think he's here tonight, but I will tell you, he's been a right arm to me. I would be lost without him. And that's Mr. Jim Dice. I think he's watching out there. So, Jim, we appreciate all that you do, and nobody more than me. I appreciate working with you, and I thank you for your friendship and all of the insight, everything that you've given to me in the way of a helping hand. I can't tell you how much I appreciate it. So thank you very much, Jim. Yeah. Everyone, Jim, so you know everybody's clapping for you. So thank you again. The next person I'm going to have stand because she's here tonight. I just want you to recognize her. So Betsy, if you would stand up. I want to thank Betsy again. Also, wait a minute. Hold on. Yeah. Betsy does so many things to make our department go. She does all the eligibility, really, really hard job. And I just am so grateful. I knew how good she was before I actually arrived here because Carl Heinrich would always brag how wonderful that job that Betsy did. And so I found that to be very, very true. I do want to tell you a couple things about Betsy that you may not know. One is she's the one person that when we call on her to slide over, she runs the 30-second shot clock in basketball. She'll slide over and run the big clock, and not even blink. She can run those basketball games so well, and we were desperate for people this year. She stepped up every time to help us out. Not only there, but on a number of soccer matches. She was the one who's running up and down the sideline, and always just the heart of a servant, and somebody that really, really does a great job for Johnson County. I don't know that anybody loves Johnson County more than Betsy, and I appreciate, Betsy, all that you do for us. Thank you again, and now you can clap for her. Don't clap for this one till the end, but I would like for Patty McGraw to stand up here. Patty, please. You have to, yeah. Well, you can clap a little bit for her. You don't see this, but Patty, we have new bleachers in the gym, and it's a difficult chore to get those bleachers up. We take them down, we put them up quite a bit because we have so many things going on in the gym. And I will tell you, Patty, for y'all that play in the gym, you all need to really give her a big hand because she does the majority of that work. And we have a lot of help. Betsy helps, there's others, Jim help, but Patty is the catalyst for all of those things, from setup and takedown to working on the fields. Just the things that make our department go. Patty, we couldn't do it without you, and we thank you very much. I really thank you. Now you can give her a hand. I will too. Both of them. This, if she would step out here, I'd like for Heidi to step out. Heidi, please. Come out here. There she comes. Come on. Heidi McCormick. Heidi's responsible for this banquet. She puts this all together, puts it on. And Heidi, we thank you so much for the work that she does. She made this a very nice event. Yeah, take a bow. That's right. She makes this a very nice event, and she's very resourceful. I will tell you that not only does she do this event, but she also does the awards academic awards night in February. So we have a really strong staff. It's fun to come to work. It's fun to work with them, and I appreciate what they do so much. I'm enough to take enough time, and more should take more even to say thank you. So again, a big thank you to all of our staff. Yeah, please. I do want to take just one, if you don't mind, one more thank you. Actually, a couple. The biggest one for me is a guy that I will tell you, I don't know how we would make it without him. And I actually came here mostly because I knew him and had a friendship with him, but he's a guy I've grown to really love and a guy that I really, really respect. His mother is here tonight. I want to say a big thank you to Dr. Randy Weber. All that he does an unbelievable job for us in athletics, but he also does an unbelievable job for Johnson County. And we owe him a huge round of applause. So I'll say thank you too, yeah. I told his mother, who's from St. Louis, is here tonight with him, sitting beside him. I told her, I said, you raised a good man there. And she really did. Thank you for doing that. I don't know who all is here from our board. I didn't see everybody come in, but if you're from the board, if you're on the board at JCCC, if you would stand, we thank you for your leadership. You work so hard for us, and we greatly appreciate it. Okay, thank you, Doc. Yes, thank you very much. They're in the back. We appreciate it so much. Thank you again. It's the leadership that we have at the top that means so much. Dr. Sopcich, I think he's here. Thank you so much for your leadership, not only for the athletic department, all of our school. We appreciate it. You work hard for us. We are grateful for that. Thank you so much. I think Dr. Larson, if she was here tonight, is my last thank you. Dr. Larson is retiring. We hate to see you go, Barbara, but we thank you so much for your support as well. Thank you so much. Best of luck in retirement. We'll miss you. Okay. If I were to put a saying on what this year was for us as an athletic department, I would put the word overcome, overcomer. And we had so many things to overcome this year. We had construction. We're still in the middle of it. Great progress, and we're so proud of it. It's going to be so wonderful. But this was the year of transition, and it was the year of overcoming so many obstacles. We were out of our gyms. We were displaced for practice. We have to walk around fencing and so many different things that help the progress. And believe me, as I talked to the leadership, these guys did an unbelievable job. No complaints, and really overcame many, many things this year to have the success that we have. And I want to say thank you for that. What a great job. My hat's off to you. And really, you inspired me and so many, but really me, in what you've had to overcome. Tonight, our guest speaker is a young man who's an overcomer. He has an incredible story. Mr. James McGinnis. For those of you that don't know, James collapsed in a high school football game in September 2014. He was playing the game that he loved. His accident was a helmet colliding with an opponent's hip, and it caused a life-threatening acute subdural hematoma. James started from square one, tackling basic skills like swallowing, speaking, and standing. Within 8 months, this tough young athlete was walking. And James continues to overcome in his local outpatient therapy while attending college here at JCCC. He's studying to be a physical therapist. He's an inspiration to me, and I think you'll find him as an inspiration for you and for many, many others. He's also an inspiration for those that are overcoming traumatic brain injury. We have a video for you to see about James.
experience recovering from a pediatric stroke in Madonna. That, combined with Madonna's dedicated pediatric program, made it the place to turn for their son.
Good. Both hands together. Good.
Our faith is important to us, and it's very important to James. And the fact that you're looking at spirit, mind, and body when you're Madonna, and I didn't realize how integral that really would be till we got up there.
The care that was given by the nurses and the CNAs, the ones that spent the most time with them overnight, into the evening, at breakfast and all that, there wasn't a time there that we didn't push the button, but they weren't there within a minute. The response time was amazing. It created a safe environment where the therapists, who were great at what they do, could be even more successful.
Right, look up, I'll watch your feet. Okay, so we're up, your foot went up to the side there, bring it back in.
Scott was really good at incorporating his athletic background into it and making that part of the therapy, and he just took off there. That was probably the first place we saw the big gains.
One day, Scott looked at James in the eyes and he said, you're going to have a great day today. And that was the first day that he stood on his own. And on the way back, I asked him, I said, how did you know? Because I saw it in his eyes. That's the experience of someone who's been doing this over 10 years. And almost like a sixth sense to know when he's going to have those moments.
There you go.
As James progressed at Madonna over the ensuing 7.5 months, his hard work and constant sharing of his trademark "I Love You" sign sent positive vibes throughout the halls of Madonna.
It was just truly a blessing to be there, and all the therapists were wonderful. Whether I was having a bad day or a different patient, we as a team would always find a way to make one another happier.
The ultimate goal of the Madonna community is returning beloved members like James back to their own communities. James was finally able to do that in February of 2015 at a game between the same two schools now playing on the basketball court instead of the football field.
James held up his hand like this to the Olathe East students, and they started screaming and hollering and held their hands up. Well, then he looked over at the south section and he held up his other hand to them, and they did the same thing back, and it was just a beautiful moment.
James is currently taking classes at Johnson County Community College and volunteers throughout the area. He even provides future therapists at St. Mary's College in Leavenworth the opportunity to get hands-on experience in their future field through weekly labs.
He's able to do something that I don't think I could do for myself, and yet he's done it with a smile on his face and with almost an agenda to make sure that everyone who's around him is laughing and smiling.
The reason why I think that God has kept me still on this planet is just to spread the love, you know?
Please give a warm welcome to James. James, we're thrilled to have you here. Please come out.
Thank you for letting me share my insights today. Every one of you will face adversity over your lifetime, and there will be many people who will tell you what you cannot do. I was told by my doctors that I would probably remain in a vegetative state. I personally prefer to be broccoli. They also said if I recovered, it would be in the first 8 months after my injury. In addition, I would be flat effect, completely without any facial expression. Angry and depressed. So, what do all these things have in common? They all are trying to predict my future. My first insight, do not let anyone predict your future. Instead, believe in yourselves. None of these predictions came true, and I am still recovering 4.5 years later. You see, I believe I can do all things through Christ who strengthens me. Philippians 4:13. Well, maybe one of these predictions came true. I do get a little angry when a referee makes a bad call. But it gives me an opportunity to work on my speech therapy and voice control. When you are faced with adversity, you have a choice to make. 1, you can have a pity party hoping to change history. Or 2, you can live life to the fullest, changing your future today. Anytime you spend complaining about how unfair your life has been is wasted time. It has been my dream to continue my education in college, which brings up my second insight. Never, ever give up. Tell me I can't, and I will show you I can. My neuropsychiatrist said that socially and emotionally, I would be fine attending college classes. But I would struggle academically. When I was quizzed immediately after studying, I would retain about 30% of the information. But I learned if I slept after studying, my retention increased to 90%. I really enjoyed my follow-up visit a year later when I shared my 4.0 GPA with my doctor. Yes, believe in yourselves. As athletes, you are all role models for those around you. My third insight, love one another. Being kind is one of the easiest yet hardest things to do. See, it is easy to be kind when the crowd is backing you. It is much harder when you have to go against the group. Remember, in a split second, you could find yourself fighting a battle like mine. The support you get from others will make a difference in your recovery. My fourth insight on your life journey: find the humor in difficult situations. Believe it or not, the Beatles helped in a couple of ways, including saving my life. Money from the Beatles' success convinced the record label EMI to let one of its engineers pursue independent research, which led to the invention of the CAT scan. This allowed my doctors to pinpoint where to operate and ultimately saved my life. The other way they helped was when I was spending 2 to 3 hours in the restroom. To relax, my dad started singing Yesterday with the original lyrics of Scrambled Eggs. The next song was Let It Be. So Dad asked if this song also had original lyrics, what would they be? Here's how the song went. When I find myself in times of trouble, Mother Mary comes to me, speaking words of wisdom, let it be. And in my hour of darkness, she is standing right in front of me, speaking words of wisdom, let it be. Yeah. But even then, I was still extremely frustrated, but in my darkest hour, found a way to laugh. Restroom time was then cut to 15 minutes. Humor is great medicine. To summarize, remember, always be grateful for what you have. 1, don't believe in fortune tellers, instead believe in yourselves. 2, never ever give up. There is no off-season to success. 3, love one another. Especially focus on helping those around you, because there is always someone who is worse off than you. 4, learn to laugh in the face of adversity. In closing, I don't want people to think of me as someone who beat a traumatic brain injury. I I prefer to be thought of as a man that shared a simple message to love one another. And these decals are available for you guys to follow my journey. Thank you and God bless.
Really good. Thank you so much. I really appreciate it. James, one thing I want James to know, one thing I want him to know is each one of the coaches has put together a nice basket of gear. So you'll get to walk around with a bunch of Johnson County gear, and we appreciate, James, everything that you've said tonight. Thank you. Just one more big round of applause for him. I think you're going to have to, we'll have to find Heidi for the gear. Heidi, I don't know where you're at. Oh, she's right here. Yeah, she got it. Okay.
Hang on a second.
All right.
Uh-oh. I may have spoiled that.
Gosh.
Yeah.
On behalf of all the coaches
Yeah.
in our entire athletic department at Johnson County Community College, we put together a little gift for you.
There it is.
Yay.
Thank you, Coach.
Got it?
Thank you.
I told you he was an overcomer, right? Woo! James, thank you so much again. All right, today we're going to go first with athletic training. So I'll call Beth West to the podium. She's probably right behind me. Before she comes, I want to say a couple of things. We've asked all of our coaches and all of our teams to really be involved in our community. And that's a really high priority for us. As high a priority for me as winning. And I want to thank Beth. Beth works very closely with our medical community, really on a daily basis. And her work and her really loyalty and hard work with our medical community pays great dividends for our athletic department. So it's a great thing for us in the community to be out there in the forefront, especially the medical community, and we appreciate all her hard work. So Beth, come forward.
Hey, y'all. I'm Beth. I want to say good evening, Johnson County coaches, athletes, and guests. Over here to my left, I have my two associate athletic trainers. We have Ben, who's been here forever, 13 years. He works primarily, you hear his teams, he works primarily with our volleyball team and our softball team. And then we have John, brought to you by PT Solutions. There's a plug for that medical community. He covers men's soccer, men's basketball, and baseball. Additionally, this year, we partnered up with the Hyper Department and added the addition of strength coaches. I don't know if any of them are here this evening, but we have been really blessed to have them to add to the success of our programs. So John has a fan over there. I can guess who it is, men's soccer. So we are going to keep it short because we don't have wins and losses. We just have the blessing of being involved in you guys' success throughout the year. So we're going to go straight to our CAV award. This gentleman anticipates the needs of others. He's eager to volunteer when the need arises. He brings a great sense of humor to the program, and he has accepted the beloved nickname of Archer Alex. Our CAV award goes to Alex Borland. Our next award is going to be our academic award winner. Last year, she completed 2 associate's degrees while dancing with the Golden Girls and Company. This year, she continues to maintain an outstanding GPA while being in the nursing program, working at a hospital, and working with the athletic training program. Our academic award winner is Bree Smith. And finally, our MVP. This young lady always brings a smile to the athletic training room. I don't think there's a stranger she's ever met. She keeps us running the athletic training room more efficiently, will put us in our place when we're not doing what we're supposed to. And she almost killed us with her pulled pork at the Christmas dinner. Tristan Burnham is our MVP. Again, we would just like to thank you guys for allowing us to be a part of your programs and your success throughout the seasons. And we wish softball and baseball, as you guys advance on to regionals, the best of luck and hopefully on to the nationals. Thank you.
Exit stage left. Okay, I want to thank baseball again. We ask each of our coaches to have our teams involved in the community, and we really emphasize that. Baseball's involvement was they provided an umpiring service for a 3-2 baseball league. So they went on their own time, and they provided that service, and we really appreciate it. So our next sport is baseball. You can see him up there. Coach Selly, before I bring Coach Selly up, he's been here 32 years. He's one of 10 active coaches with over 1,000 victories. I don't think you could take all the time I played in the backyard, and I never made it to 1,000 victories. That's amazing. He's coached 42 players who've either been drafted or signed to play professional baseball, and he helped over 300 student athletes continue their playing career at four-year institutions. He's led 2 teams to the JUCO World Series and maybe 3. We got a chance this year. He's coached 10 All-Americans and 165 All-Conference performers. Coach has been inducted into numerous Hall of Fames, and Coach, 32 years, come on down.
Thank you, Randy. First of all, I'd just like to thank James for being here this evening and sharing his story. You truly are an inspiration, and dude, you are a rock star, so thanks for being here tonight. And at this time, could I have our men's baseball team please stand? And sophomores, would you remain standing, sophomores? I cannot begin to thank this group of young men for their leadership, their dedication, their passion, respect for the game, and the love for one another. These guys are just simply off the charts. And the other thing that's pretty cool about this group, if my math is correct, I believe we have 14 of these guys thus far that have committed to continue their academic and athletic careers at the next level. 13 of those have signed with Division I programs, and 1 has signed with Division II. And the rest of them will be coming off of the board very soon. So thank you, sophomores. The JCCC baseball team opened the 2019 season as a consensus top 25 pick ranked team in Division I baseball. We appeared in all 5 preseason polls. Baseball America had us in at number 14, followed by NJCAA at 16, Perfect Game USA at 17, JUCO Baseball Blog at 21, and Prep Baseball Report at 23. We are currently ranked in the top 15 of 4 of those 5 major polls at this time. Our club currently stands 40-9 on the season. This is the 6th time in the last 7 years our club has won 40 games or more. With one more series to go with Coffeyville, we currently stand 21-7 in the conference, good for second place, and we have secured home field advantage for the first round playoffs of the Region 6 Championships, which we will host next week, May 9th through the 11th, and we sure hope to see everyone down at the park. In spite of numerous injuries and illnesses this season, the guys have received much-deserved recognition in the conference as well as nationally. 5 different players this season have been selected as either pitcher or player of the week by the Jayhawk Conference. The pitchers are Sloan Thompson, Zachary Ebert, and Trey Ziegenbein. The players are outfielder Anthony McAngelo and shortstop Chris Esposito. JCC also has 6 members of the team named to the Perfect Game Top 300 College Prospect List for the Major League Baseball Draft. Pitcher Cam Wynn was the highest-ranked Cavalier at number 6, followed by outfielder Anthony McAngelo, outfielder Jake Owens, first baseman Malik Williams, pitcher Zach Ebert, and pitcher Drew Garrett. As a team, the Cavaliers are batting an average of .369, which ranks us 3rd in the country. We also rank 3rd nationally with 568 hits and 503 runs scored. We lead the Jayhawk Conference in runs scored, hits, stolen bases at 150, on-base percent .453, and batting average. Zachary Ebert ranks tied for 2nd in the NJCAA with 10 wins. Sloan Thompson is tied for 6th with 9 wins, and Trey Ziegenbein is 15th with 8. Earlier this season, Zachary Ebert became the program's all-time strikeout leader, breaking the old mark of 162. He now has 193 career strikeouts, and 7 more. He will become just the 5th pitcher in the Jayhawk Conference history to register 200 strikeouts or more. Landon Wood, freshman outfielder, currently ranks 4th in the NJCAA with 41 stolen bases, while sophomore outfielder Jake Owens ranks 40th with 24. 3 other highlights worth noting. Sophomore first baseman Malik Williams recently broke the school record for multiple hit games. He has had 2 or more hits in 51 career games, breaking the old record of 48. And earlier this season, our club won 22 straight games, which set a new team record. The previous streak was 19 games in a row, set in 2010. And finally, the most important highlight for this year was recognizing 31 of our 36 players on our fall roster who earned above a 3.0 GPA. 4 earned a 4.0, 15 earned 3.5 or above, while 12 earned a 3.0 or greater. Our team posted a 3.2 GPA, and I couldn't be more proud of these young men in the classroom. And at this time, I believe he's in attendance, unless he's still out eating meatballs at the tables. I'd like to have one of our academic advisors, counselors, Dave Ellis, would you please stand? Dave will be retiring from the college in June, but Dave has been with myself in the program for 25 years. This has been a volunteer basis. He's received no supplemental contract or release time. He just raised his hand in a meeting and said, I'd like to work with Coach and the baseball team. And Dave, you will be truly missed. You're a huge part of the reason we've been so successful over the years in the classroom, and I'll be forever grateful. Thank you, Dave. And now for our award winners. First, the Cavalier Award goes to Trey Ziegenbein. freshman pitcher from Blue Springs, Missouri. After enduring 2 Tommy John surgeries, Trey returned to the game he loves. He is having an outstanding year, posting an 8-3 record and a 2.15 earned run average. His 8 wins rank him 15th in the nation, and his 2.5 ERA ranks him 37th. Trey was selected Pitcher of the Week in the Kansas Jayhawk Conference in Week 7, and Trey will continue his academic and athletic careers at Lipscomb University in Nashville, Tennessee. Congratulations. Our academic award goes to Dylan Bierman, sophomore pitcher from Tulsa, Oklahoma. As a freshman, Dylan served our staff as one of our long relievers. This year, he has become one of our conference starters in our rotation. Dylan has posted a 5-2 record with 58 strikeouts and an earned run average of 4.04. Off the field, Dylan has won JCCC Student Athlete Academic Honors both years, and he was selected to the NJCAA All-Academic First Team as a freshman with a 4.0 GPA. This June, he will again be honored as an NJCAA All-Academic First Teamer. Dylan, too, will continue his academic and athletic careers at Lipscomb University. Congratulations. And our Most Valuable Player Award goes to Anthony McAngelo, sophomore outfielder from Birmingham, Washington. This award is selected by the players on the club. Even though Anthony was only with us for 1 season, he will leave his mark as one of the greatest hitters in school's history. Anthony ranks 2nd in the country with a batting average of .494. He also ranks 8th nationally with 19 doubles. He leads our club in batting average, hits, doubles, triples, RBIs, slugging percent, and on-base percent. He also leads the Jayhawk Conference in many, many offensive categories. Just recently, Anthony had a 24-game hitting streak snapped. That streak tied the longest hitting streak in team history. Anthony will continue his academic and athletic careers at Washington State University. Congratulations, Anthony.
Baseball, I can tell you this. I've seen championship teams, and we have one. We play good defense, we've got great pitching, we've got speed and power. If we stay together, if we can stay together and help each other, the sky's the limit. The sky's the limit. I'm pulling for you. We got big series this weekend, and then off we go. So I'm really pulling for you guys and proud of you. Women's basketball, their service project was they went to the Harvester Food Bank. And Coach Ben Conrad, who's our women's coach, has been here 11 seasons. I can tell you this, before I arrived at Johnson County, I had a really high respect for Coach Ben and his ability to coach. Since I've been here 2 years, it's grown. I mean, he is an unbelievable coach. He owns the national record winning 30 or more games in 8 consecutive seasons. He's had 5 national tournament appearances, 2 national title game appearances, a national championship, and 5 conference titles. His teams have been ranked in the top 10, are you ready for this? Nearly 90% of his tenure. And he's held the #1 ranking 45 times. He's 6-time recipient of the KJCC Coach of the Year, and he's been named the Region or District B Coach of the Year 5 times. Coach Ben, come on down.
All right, guys. Kent, where's Kent? Heidi told me I got 10 seconds left to catch us back up. So, seriously though, I want to thank the administration all the way to the top. I know the president's here, Dr. Sopcich, Dr. Weber's here. We've got board members talking about Randy as well. We can't do this athletically without great support at the top, and we've got it here. Let's see, this is my third head coaching stop, and I'm always so impressed with the support we've got from the people at the top. So just very much appreciate you guys, your support. It means everything for us. I want to recognize a couple different groups here quickly before I talk about our team. Number one, our training staff. I call her Coach West because she thinks she's my top assistant. Where's Coach? Where's Coach West? There she is. Okay, and her staff. They do an amazing job of getting our kids, keeping our kids healthy, getting them healthy. Do a great job of caring for them and just really being a part of our team. So we really appreciate them. Beth has worked with our team this year and has just done a phenomenal job. My staff, most of them have jobs and are honestly at work right now. The one guy that's not at work right now is Coach Josh. So you can ask him why he's not working tonight, but later. But Coach Josh is up there. Our staff does an unbelievable job. I think the head coach usually gets most of the credit when you win, and then the head coach gets a lot of the blame when you lose. But our staff just does an amazing job of giving us support, helping our players, both on the floor, on the recruiting trail, in all the different aspects of running our program. So they do an incredible job. Melanie Roberts isn't here, but she's our academic counselor. Melanie's, I think, been with us, 9 years now, maybe 10, and takes care of our players from an academic standpoint, gets them enrolled, helps with academic retention and keeping our kids on track, and is always accessible, great team player. 10 of our players were recognized at halftime at Academic Awards Night back in February. That's a big number, and we're really, really proud of that. That's 2/3 of our team that was out there and got recognized, so that's something to be very proud of. As far as our team, I think sometimes at the end of the year, when things don't end the way you want it to, I think you're really kind of fixated for a while on how it ended. And I think the problem with that is it takes away from the journey and the process and the things you were able to accomplish throughout the journey. And this team was ranked number 1 in the country for about 3/4 of the season, started out 22-0. We won 27 games, so it was a phenomenal season. And the further away you get from that last game, I think the more you realize that. The 3 of our losses on the entire year were to the team that won the national championship and went to the national championship and won every game by 20 or more. So in theory, I guess if you look at scores, you could say we were a top 2 or 3 team in the country. We just happen to be in a region that has 4 of the top 5 teams in the country. Literally 4 of the top 5 in the national poll were in our conference at one point in mid-February. So just a very, very good conference, and we had a very good team that accomplished a lot, and I'm very proud of those guys. I'd like to have them stand up right now. Real quick, ladies. Stand up. Thanks, guys. And again, I think when it doesn't end the way you want it to end, you got kind of a bad taste in your mouth. But again, the further away you get from that last game, you realize it was a heck of a year. And you look at 300 and some junior college teams across the country that play basketball at our level. I think there was maybe 25 total that won 27 games or more. So it was a very special team. They did a great job. Our awards, our first one is going to be the Cavalier Award, and this one is going to go to a young lady who is she's up in the top 5 in my entire career, and I've been doing this a little while in terms of the kind of teammate she is. Always in a positive mood, always sees the glass half full, great teammate, shows up to work, and what I appreciate about her more than anything is shows up every day, and she was pretty much the same person. I don't know, she was here probably 700 days, I guess, if you do the math, in 2 years, and she was the same person from start to finish. There wasn't a lot of this, and so that's the makings of a successful person in my mind. Our Cavalier Award winner is Paige Elston. She's also a pretty good player. She signed with the University of Arkansas Fort Smith, had a lot of options, and is going to go tear it up down there next year. Nice job, Paige. Okay. Our next award winner is academic, right? Okay. All right. Is the academic award winner, and this is another one that could have won Cavalier just as easy. Unbelievable human being, unbelievable teammate, does everything right, and she's another one of those kids that was kind of like the same across about 700 days during her time here, and is just a tremendously consistent person. Her sophomore year was derailed with an injury. I thought she was kind of the heart and soul of our team early on, and we were definitely missed her a great deal and wish she could have played. But great student, tremendous basketball player, great person, and that award is going to Jenna Peckham. Okay, final award is the MVP award, and this is going to go to a young lady who probably made as big a jump between year one and year two of any of the players we've had here, to be honest, when you look at the overall game. This was a kid as a freshman that could make shots, but struggled in some certain other areas of the game we value here, and turned in 1 year from a kid that struggled in that area to a kid that we could trust against pretty much anybody on the floor, and she could always shoot it. Almost broke the school record for threes made in a career. I think, what were you, 2 off? Had a really, really special 2-year run here. Made huge shot after huge shot after huge shot. Almost put us on her back at the end and took us through to the next phase of the tournament. Very, very special young lady, J.C. Stowers. Yeah, J.C. signed with University of Missouri S&T down in Rolla, so she's going to further her career there. Nice job. I didn't get us back on schedule, Kent. Sorry. So, all right. Give these ladies one last hand, please.
Okay, our next team is men's basketball. They had an amazing run this year. It was so much fun to follow them in Danville. Just very, very proud of the effort, and really just that championship game, the Region 6 championship game in Wichita Hartman Arena. That was unreal. That's as good a basketball as I've seen all year. The project that they did to serve our community this year was the Harvester Food Bank. They also served at the Harvester Food Bank. I'm just as proud of that, fellas. That give back to the community. I'm just as proud of that as I was with our team in Danville and what we did in Hartman Arena to win the region championship. Coach Jeffers and I have been friends for a long time. He's been here 28 years as the head coach. This year, our team won 31 games and a second straight conference title and a national runner-up finish. He's one of the most successful coaches in the conference. He ranks second all-time with 474 victories. His resume includes 2 NJCAA championships, 3 title game appearances, 9 Region 6 titles, the NABC National Coach of the Year Award, 2 National Coach of the Tournament Awards, 2 KABC, which is the Kansas Basketball Coaches of the Year Award, 5 District Coach of the Year Awards, 1 Jayhawk East Conference Coach of the Year, and a truly great guy. Coach Mike, come on down.
Well, I'm not any different from all our other coaches. I want to thank our administration, thank all the Board of Trustees, Dr. Sopcich for being here, Randy Weber, Pam Vassar, all those people, Patty, Jim Dice, everybody that makes it so easy just to show up and go coach a basketball game. Really appreciate all your efforts on behalf of our team. Randy Stang's right. It was an unbelievable year. I look down here in the front and I said, James, I see that coat, man. I got to get that coat. I love your coat. Hey, we do the same thing in our family, same sign. My wife and I we were at that Olathe East, Olathe South game the night you walked out there. And that was one of my comebacks because that was in February 2015. And I had open heart surgery in November of 14. And a lot of people were like, you're done. You don't need to coach again. Told me I needed to be done. And I'm like, no, we got some more time. And, this team is kind of the culmination of 4 years of getting in, grinding away, and working at it, and showing people that we could get back and get there again. I want Coach Brandon Burgett, please stand, assistant coach. Does a great job with our team. Coach Derek Howard is not here. He's in Florida attending his daughter's graduation. And then Nick Leon, our team manager. We couldn't operate. Nick, stand up. We couldn't operate without Nick. You know, the teams that have managers, they do so much for you guys and ladies. It's unbelievable. If you've got a good one, you've got one, thank them for all the time that they put in on your behalf, that you never see what they do. It's the uniforms are there, the balls are out, the bats are, you know, stacked up. They're ready to go, and that's because you've got great team managers. I want to thank my wife, Debbie, and Coach Burgett's wife, Bree, for allowing us to do what we do. Being a coach's wife is, when you get married and they sign on to be a coach's wife, I don't think they have any idea what they're signing on for, and I didn't have any idea what she was signing on for either. Let's have the men's basketball team please stand right now. You guys stand up. Thanks, guys. As we said, unbelievable year. You know, we looked at our talent level. We knew this was as deep a team as we've had probably since 2001. We won a national championship in 2001. That was a really deep team. Our 2009 national championship team wasn't as deep, but we had 2 or 3 really solid, at least mid to high major players on that team. This team, I mean, we had Xavier Womack, freshman of the year last year, came back this year, played a different role. Berlin Roberson, starter last year, came back this year, played a different role. A lot of guys had a lot of depth on this team, and a lot of guys that had to play different roles for this team to be successful. It was almost, a lot of times, it was next man up. And 31 wins, 31-5 record, 31 wins, new school record. But we had to get all the way to the national championship to set that record. You know, Randy alluded to our game down in Wichita. You know, that was an amazing game. We started the year ranked, I think, 19th in the preseason poll, and it was a steady progression. We weren't ranked number 1 or in the top 5 straight off the bat. It took a while for us to get there. And it kind of culminated, the very last poll kind of ironically came out on, I think the date was March 5th. It was the Tuesday of the region championship game. And Highland was ranked number 1 in the nation, and we were ranked number 3. And we went out and defeated them that night to get to the national tournament. It's kind of like our trajectory of the two teams. We were on a collision course all year long to meet in that region championship game. And then ironically, the team that was number 2 was Kirkwood, Iowa, which basically then from that standpoint, we were on a collision course with them to meet in the national championship game about 3 weeks later. This team has won, a lot of these guys have been parts of 3 conference championships in the last 4 years. Our sophomore leadership was unbelievable with this group. I've already mentioned Xavier and Berlin and Malik and AJ and Eli and General and Nick Larkin, you know, David Turner, all you sophomore guys that really showed a lot of leadership with this group. So, you know, it's hard. You could go on and on about, you know, the things that these guys did during the course of the year, and with a lot of team success, you have individual awards. And I just want to kind of cite, you know, 2 or 3 guys, a couple of guys for their individual performances during the year. David Turner, Defensive Player of the Year in the conference, first team all-conference, first team all-region, and he also made the all-tournament team in the national tournament. Great year by David. General Williams, second team all-conference, all-region, all-tournament team at nationals also. Just great years by those guys. This team got down to the end, and unfortunately we had a young man, Isaiah Sears, go down with a knee injury, and he's like 2 months removed since his surgery, recovering. Lost a starter, an important starter, with 2 games to go in regular season. And then we had a lot of guys. Xavier stepped back in, a starting role. Caleb Hughes came off the bench, and it's been sitting there probably for a long time. Had to shake the cobwebs off. And that region championship game down at Wichita, he didn't score a lot of points, but his defense was unbelievable in his offensive execution. Consummate role player that stepped up when his time was called and his name was called. He was ready because he kept preparing. So let's get to our award winners. Cavalier Award winner for us is something that we usually, as a coaching staff, we select, but we thought we had so many guys this year on our team that fit that category that we let our team vote on the Cavalier Award winner this year. And it was really close. And luckily the coaches didn't have to make a decision and break the tie. Our Cavalier Award winner for this year is McCaleb Hughes. And I know for our team, this was a very hard award to select. There's so many guys that fit this group, fit into the category of, great teammates that show up every day, great attitude, great work ethic, and we're proud of McCaleb. Our next award's our academic award winner. Same kind of teammate, worked hard every day, came to practice, never complained about his role, went to class, did his job, regardless of how many minutes he was getting. He never was in the office, what coach, what can I do to get more playing time? And he did what he had to do on and off the floor and in the classroom. And our academic award winner this year is Nick Slavin. This year's MVP, team vote, and I thought it was really going to be close, but it was. We started tallying the ballots. It really wasn't. It was almost a runaway. This young man was first team all conference, first team all region, made the all tournament team, received the Jack Cistriano Award at Nationals for best small man in the tournament. In that region championship with Highland, I don't have all the box scores from the last, 48, 49, 50 years of Johnson County basketball. He flirted with a quadruple double in that game. Tyler Cundiff, our sports information director, who hasn't been ready, does a tremendous job for our program and all our programs, said it was the best individual performance of any Johnson County Community College basketball player in the history of the school. He also was named second team All-American. Our MVP is Nick Larkin.
I'm tempted to take a break. The break period, we have a request by a very famous singer to sing Feelings. Is Pam Vassar here? Pam, are you here? Where's she at? Pam? I guess we're not going to sing it then. Well, Pam, she's right there with her hands over her eyes. I want to say a big thank you to Pam. She really is. Y'all need to give her a hand. Pam, stand up. We're not going to make you sing. Pam Vassar helps get us to the events. She does a great job with all of our students, and in particular with athletics, and just getting us to events and working through problems that we have. And I'll just say a big thank you to Pam. I waited till now on purpose, Pam, because I wanted to embarrass you. Thank you very much, though. Our next, Golden Girls and Companies are next, but I do want to say a really quick thing about what Amy, when I first arrived at Johnson County Community College and went through the first season, I was blown away by how involved in the community, high schools and middle schools that are Golden Girls and Company teams were. Almost every home game, they were bringing someone in out of the community to perform. And just that's what I want. I just think that's so great. I told Amy how much we appreciate that contact and that real voice in the community. So Amy Sellers has been here 9 seasons, serving as our head coach for the Golden Girls and Company dance team. In her 8 seasons, she's produced 10 top 10 finishes at the NDA Nationals, 12 All-American winners, and 15 All-American nominees. This year, her team came away with 2 team honors at the Dance Team Union Collegiate National Championships in Las Vegas. They were 2nd in hip-hop and 4th in open jazz. Welcome, Coach Amy Sellers.
In addition to everyone who has been thanking everyone, I also need to thank Pam, because without Pam, we wouldn't be able to do anything that we do throughout the year. So thank you truly for all of your support and help getting us where we are. Otherwise, ladies and gentlemen, would you please stand? Thank you, guys. I also have to give a shout out to our manager, Mr. Raya. We really appreciate her and every little thing. We had her running, I will never forget, we were taking pictures or doing a video or something. She probably ran down to the locker room probably 4 times, carrying the entire team's palms back upstairs because we left them downstairs. So thank you. We were small but mighty this year, and this is probably our smallest team that we've ever had. But they proved right off the bat that that wasn't going to hold them back, and they just went after everything as though there were 20 of them. Performances throughout the year, our whole theme this year was switching everything up. We wanted to change. We wanted different style of routines that we were going to do, even as far as going to nationals. We've done team performance, which is jazz, hip-hop, and pom, ever since I've started here, and this year we decided to do something completely different and perform just in the jazz category, which is extremely difficult and challenging in our division. So we were really proud to go to Region 6 with that and come home with the title, Region 6 champions in jazz. And we got 2nd in hip-hop. We're pretty proud of that. And like Randy said, going to nationals, this is our first time attending DTU this year. Competition was fierce, and the divisions were really, really hard. 2nd place to Grand Valley State University. In the dance world, they are just the queens of hip-hop, so we were really honored to be in 2nd place behind them. So we'll go ahead and get started with our awards. Our first award is the Cavalier Award, and this was voted on by the team. We have a number of people on our team that could have been nominated for this, but our winner is Miss Carissa Dawn. Carissa's a freshman this year from DeSoto. Our next award is the Academic Award, and I have to just give this girl a huge shout out because her freshman year, she was in a car accident and was out for almost 2 months with a concussion, and she couldn't go to class. She couldn't study. She couldn't do anything. She was sitting in the CSI with sunglasses on for literally almost 2 months. And she really struggled that first semester, but she came back and she just proved her worth and really made her grades her priority. So Miss Sydney Price is our Academic Award winner. Sydney is a sophomore this year from Seaman High School in Topeka. And our last award winner is the MVP. This is also voted on by the team. Since we don't have stats and we don't win and lose every performance, the team votes on the person who's really there for the team throughout the year, someone they just can't imagine us being who we are without today. And like I said, we could have had a lot of award winners on this one too, but our winner is Miss Morgan Salazar. Morgan is a freshman from Olathe North.
Have a little housekeeping there. I did want to mention that Pam oversees the Golden Girls and Company. So Pam, again, thank you for doing that. Our next team up is women's soccer. Women's soccer, their give back to the community is at a place called Team Soccer. They're actually going this Saturday. At Team Soccer, they work with special needs boys and girls of all ages. I'm so thankful to have them a part of this community. A part of this, in a way, of giving back to our community. Jim Schwab is the only coach in team history. He's been a driving force behind the tremendous success of the women's soccer program. He's known throughout Kansas City in soccer circles. Well, I will tell you this, he's known throughout the country in soccer circles, probably worldwide if you asked him. His teams have played for the region championship in 18 of his 20 seasons. He's raised the trophy 7 times. He's won 4 conference titles, and in 2009, he guided the program to its first NJCAA tournament appearance, finishing as a runner-up. He's led Johnson County to 20 consecutive double-digit win seasons. That's hard to do. And his 315 career victories are 3rd most in the Jayhawk in NJCAA history. 6 times in his career, he's been selected the Region 6 Coach of the Year, and in 2009, he won the NJCAA District B Coach of the Year award. Schwabi, come on down.
Thank you. I'd like to thank my support staff here, Betsy, Heidi, Patty, Randy, everybody in there. And also, Mr. and Mrs. McGinnis, could you please stand up, because James, you have the best support staff ever right there. So, well done there. Girls, can you please stand up? The whole team, please stand up. I'd like to congratulate you in the #1 GPA sports team at Johnson County this year, 3.4 GPA. Freshmen, you can sit down, please. Sophomores, please stand up. I'm going to do a little something different. Quickly about the team, we went 11-7-2, probably had our hardest schedule, non-con. Wasn't counting on a few injuries and health issues. We went 9-1-2 in our conference, ended up 2nd in the conference. 10 all-conference players. The sophomores, we're going to talk about Monique Diaz is going to Baker University. Vanessa Silver is going to Baker University. Cortland Ash is undecided, but going to Oklahoma. She's still weighing her offers. Manuela Gonzalez is already transferred. She's at Northwest Missouri State. Kara Pascarella is at Minnesota Duluth, already transferred. Hannah Limecooler, she had some offers, but she's going to UMKC to be an excellent student that she is here now. Jessie Cummings. Jessie was probably one of my favorite players all time here. She's thank goodness she's very smart, but she got accepted in the dental hygiene program, so she'll be staying here. But she played sparingly last year because of the program. They don't share well with others, but Jessie did a great job. She'll be returning. The next one, Morgan Hill's going to Mid-America Nazarene University. And the next one up was Defensive Player of the Year twice, Georgia Vernakidis. Is that pretty good, Georgia? So Georgia is going to Baker on a full ride. Millie is coming back as a red shirt, and you got your knee injury, so we'll discuss that. This was a great group from top to bottom. Sophomores, you can sit down. Thanks. Great group to be around, hard-working group. Another support staff that I'd like to thank is my assistant coaches. Couldn't do it without them. Melissa Blunt is here. She's been with us 13 seasons. Does a little bit. Thanks, Coach. Does a little bit of everything for the program. Couldn't do it without her and her husband, Brandon, and her two daughters. Carlos Olivas is probably fighting fires on the Missouri side tonight. That's why we all live in Kansas. Carlos has been with us for four seasons. All right. Our award winners tonight, okay? Cavalier Award is going to come from Liz Palmer. Liz, please come up. Liz came from Wichita. She didn't know. We had her here as a midfield recruit. We're very excited about her future, and all of a sudden Georgia goes down, so she has to play in the back. She looked at me and just smiled and said, okay, Coach, I'll do it. So she took a lot for the team and had an exceptional year. So, Liz, thank you very much. So we go academic award winner. First year we've ever done this. We have Georgia Vanakidis and Millie Hopkinson, both with 4.0 GPAs. Congratulations. These girls just came a little bit to travel to school here. I picked them up from the airport, and they came in from the UK. All right, we always said that Georgia comes from the downside, and the Millie comes from the posh side, so they don't like that. But I picked them up, and when there's a bad thunderstorm, and you could see the whites of their eyes, and like, Coach, and they're like all nervous. So they go, Coach, what's going on here? And they go, does this happen all the time? I go, no, just a couple times a week. So they got a little nervous. But these two girls, Millie will be back. She's rehabbing her knee with Beth and John and Ben, doing a heck of a job, and very inspirational there. Georgia's going on to Baker, like I said, but defensive player of the conference 2 times in a year, never been done in our program. Our MVP, otherwise known as Jellyfish, and how she got her name, Kayla Flores. She got her name Jellyfish 5 minutes in the water in Florida before we flew into Florida to play Daytona State in Eastern Florida. And 2 girls got stung by a jellyfish. 1 didn't participate the next game, and she was right up. So she's a very tough girl from Los Angeles, and we're glad to have her. But she played a tremendous role in the back for us this year and played every game. Thank you, Kayla. Thanks, guys.
Okay, thank you, Schwabi. Next up, we have the men's soccer program. Their service project was with Lone Elm Soccer Complex. They worked with 4 to 6-year-old kids, soccer kids, helping them become better soccer players. Coach Fatai is a veteran coach of 19 years. He's guided our soccer program to 5 Jayhawk Conference titles, 4 Region 6 titles, and 2 NJCAA National Tournament appearances, leading the 2001 squad to a 3rd-place finish, and the 2004 team placed 5th. He stands 1st in school and 2nd in Region 6 soccer history with 219 victories. Honors have come Coach Fatai's way as well. 4 times he's been selected the Conference Coach of the Year, and in 2001 and 2004, he was named as the Adidas Central Region Coach of the Year. Coach Fatai.
Good evening. Before I came here, my goal was to tell James that his jacket is going to fit well with my braces. I just want to thank our parents for the support throughout the year. Thank you for all that you do, for supporting us throughout our traveling. We appreciate it. It's very, very important that we understand that when we assign ourselves to this job, our family also are working behind the closed door to make sure we have everything that we needed to travel. I thank my wife and my 2 kids, Gavin and Cameron, for allowing me to do all my traveling. And hopefully they don't call me Uncle Fatai. I do not call this young man my assistant. I call him my co-coach. He's been with the program for numerous years because he played here and he loved what he saw here and he came back to be part of us. My right hand, Jimmy Perez. Thank you. Thank you for all that you do. We're very fortunate to have Coach Ibrahim Kante to be part of our coaching staff. He's not here tonight. I thank him for all that he does. Our staff departments, we're very, very appreciative for all that you guys do, from Randy all the way to our lady. Thank you very much for all that you do. She have our back all the time. A few times they called me to the office for Ty, we need this, we need that. And she said, don't worry, I'll take care of it, but next time make sure you get it in early. Thank you for all that you do. Appreciate it. Our sophomores, they've been very, very helpful in terms of getting all the players together, making sure they're on time for study hall, making sure they're on time for practices. Men's soccer, please rise. And sophomore, please stay standing. All our sophomores, I wish I could clone most of you guys to stay, but life is a journey, and you've went through this journey here. It's time to go to the next part of your life, and I appreciate everything that you guys have done for us. Good luck on the next journey, and we're still here. Anything that you need, please let us know. We'll continue to support you throughout your life endeavor. Thank you very much. You know, the way our season ended was not what we planned, but at the end of the day, championship is not for everybody. Sometimes we try to get players from all over the world to come and visit Johnson County Community College and see what we do and how we do things. We're very fortunate to have few of them, and with the support of our coaching staff, we're able to do the best that we can, but a little bit short. But we're looking forward to next season to do good and better job to make sure that we can contend in our conference. Because sometimes we love to have a lot of players from Overland Park and Johnson County, but sometimes you cannot manufacture those players. I don't know why they don't like us, but we make sure next season. Our award winners. Cavalier Award go to a young man that is very helpful on the field and off the field. Anything you ask him to do, you never have to ask him twice. You get it done. Our Cavalier Award go to Luke Andrews. And I'm going to try to speak his accent because I have an accent too. Hi, Mike. Our academic award, this young man here is a sophomore, comedian. He always makes sure I'm on my feet. He always have joke for me anytime, anywhere. He's living, and I'm happy for him that he's going to be moving away from here. He's going somewhere in New York. He loves to be very close to the airport. Song. Yeah, I'm going to miss him. And our MVP award, this young man could have done much, much, much for us, but injuries here and there, but he never gave up and keep on working hard and doing the best that he could to make sure that he supports the program. Mr. Marcos Vinicius. like to thank all the athletic trainers. John is our man. Thank you. Our academic counselor, Danilo, and our new one, Mr. Dominguez. Thank you all, and God bless you.
Softball is our next sport. Couple of things about the softball team. First of all, they worked with the Urban Youth Academy of Kansas City, targeting inner city kids this year. Really, really proud of that effort. I've watched the softball team several games, and I can tell you, much like our baseball team, but I would tell you even in some ways even better. I don't mean that bad. I don't mean that bad. But their defense, like baseball, they've got pitching, they've got speed and power, same as baseball. And I would say this team is going places. We've got a great chance. We don't play. We got to bye this week. I'll let Coach talk about it. But they've got a chance to really, really to win their region. And I think a really, really good chance. Coach Aubre's her 8th season here as head softball coach. Over that span, she's won 75% of her games and racked up over 250 victories. And that's 8 seasons. Did I mention that? Along the way, she's captured 2 conference titles, 3 region titles, and 3rd and 5th and 7th places at nationals. She's also produced 5 All-Americans, 3 national all-tournament selections, 44 all-region performers, and 30 all-conference players. In 2014, Coach Aubrey was named the Jayhawk East Coach of the Year. Coach Aubrey.
Good evening. First, I'm going to have my girls and my coaching staff please stand. Be recognized. You guys can sit. On my coaching staff, Coach Katie and Coach Seamart are both former standout players of mine. I'm so thankful for each of them for their love for this program and their want to help carry on the successful tradition that makes up Johnson County softball. I would also like to thank my wife for always supporting me and our team. Our house revolves around Johnson County softball majority of the year, especially in the spring, and she picks up a lot of slack around this time to make that possible for me. We also have an awesome support system in the athletic department here at Johnson County. The training room staff, Ben specifically for dealing with so much. Paul for working with us in the weight room starting this year. He is an awesome addition to the athletic department. Especially want to thank those in that athletic office, Betsy, Patty, Heidi, Jim, and Randy. Thank you all for everything. Thank you all for everything that you guys do to make things run as smoothly as they do. Our team this year has earned a conference championship and an automatic berth to the district tournament, which is in Topeka next weekend. Although we're sharing the conference title, we all know we can look back on what has happened throughout this season so far and see how absolutely great we can be as a team and how easily the game can also humble us. Every year going in, getting a new class of athletes to understand the target that we carry on our backs, and this probably goes for every team, but getting them to understand the target that we carry on our backs simply by wearing the Johnson on our chest can be a struggle. Usually the sophomore class does a lot of talking about the year before and how it was, but most of our athletes don't fully understand until they're hit right in the face with it and the pure competitive nature of the Jayhawk Conference. We started off conference play on a not so high note with a split against Allen County. Johnson County has not lost to Allen County in 10 years. So to say that was our hit in the face would be an understatement. After that, we reacted well, though, and we went on to win our next 10 conference games, only to lose our 11th to Highland in the bottom of the 7th, and then turn around and beat them the next game 22-2 in 5 innings. That's what we're capable of. We're a super talented group and absolutely capable of winning a regional title and a national title in Mississippi later this month. We have had some great moments, some great recognitions. For example, Megan Weigel was Player of the Week, Week 4, along with Kerrigan Dixon, who was Pitcher of the Week that same week. Emily Fox followed in Week 5 as Player of the Week. Kerrigan again in Week 7, followed by Kelsey Orander in Week 10. Some memorable moments would be Megan Weigel's walk-off home run in the bottom of the 7th against Labette in Game 1. Ivy Brewer hit 2 home runs against Highland, one against the number 2 team in the nation, DMAC. Lene and Kelsey both hit 2 home runs against Iowa Western. Allie Hyman had a walk-off triple in the bottom of the 8th against Cloud to score Carrie Murphy from first base. Hallie Henderson worked our team out of a bases-loaded, no-out situation coming in against Highland. Kylie Lay has had 3 games with 10 or more strikeouts in each of those games. There are many more I could put out there, but more than anything, my hope is that our best moments are meant to come in the next few weeks. I can't wait to see what this team has in store for us. Our award winners, I'm going to start with our Cavalier Award winner, and that goes to Allie Hyman. Allie has been our starting third baseman for both her freshman and sophomore season. She leads the team in assists on the field, and I feel more than confident if a ball goes Allie's way, she's going to handle it just fine. She's a great teammate, loves to laugh, and enjoys the team environment. She knows the game well and is a selfless player, which makes it easy to love her because it's obvious that she wants everyone else to succeed as much as she wants to succeed. I can only hope that these traits are picked up and passed on to our freshman class. Congrats, Allie. Our academic award winner is Kylie Hayes. Kylie is a sophomore outfielder and lefty hitter. She transferred to Johnson County midway through her freshman academic career. She has maintained a 4.0 GPA throughout her college career this far. Kylie gives 110% to whatever she does and will continue her academic and athletic career next season at Benedictine College. Congrats. Our MVP award winner goes to Kerrigan Dixon. Kerrigan has been our #1 pitcher in the circle for 2 seasons now. She helped carry our team to a regional championship last season and a conference championship this season. She has been an asset both in the circle and in the batter's box. She's currently 2nd on the team in batting average, hitting .375, and she sits 7th in the nation for her ERA of 1.33. As a freshman, Kerrigan had 59 strikeouts total that season. She is known for producing ground ball, fly ball outs. However, this year she has already accumulated 92 and has a ways to go, so huge improvement. Kerrigan will continue her academic and athletic career next season playing at Emporia State. Congrats.
Our final sport of the night is volleyball. Yeah. First of all, I want you to know volleyball served our community. They worked with Habitat for Humanity. Coach Jen sent me the pictures of the team working, and I almost fell out of my chair, up on ladders, really putting forth a lot of effort, and really appreciate the volleyball team and what they did for Habitat for Humanity. They were displaced all season long and worked in the field house down below. We had all of our practices, almost all of our games. They practice early in the morning, and these guys work. And they are a direct reflection of Coach Jen. And I will tell you, following them at the national tournament way out in West Virginia, that was a real pleasure. And I was so proud of our team. The 3rd place game was really just a reflection of really Coach Jen. I mean, they really outplayed the opponent, and I was so proud of them. Here we go. Through 11 seasons, Coach Jen has been the volleyball coach at JCC here at Johnson County. She's gained a reputation of producing top-ranked teams in the NJCA. She's led the Lady Cavs to national tournament appearances in 8 of her 11 seasons, with runner-up finish in 2008 and 2010, a 3rd-place finish in 2013 and this season. Coach Jen has also had her teams appear in, ready for this, 93 of 100 NJCAA coaches polls, including 52 times in the top 5 and 5 weeks at number 1, including 2 weeks this year at number 1. She's mentored 12 All-Americans, 36 All-Region selections, 41 All-East Jayhawk Conference selections, and year in and year out, her teams are a leader in the academic side. Coach Jen, come on down.
First off, I'd like the volleyball team to please stand. You guys can go ahead and sit down. First, I don't want to go ahead and thank everyone as everyone has been thanking everyone, and everyone is ready to eat some cupcakes out there, so I'm going to keep it short and sweet. First and foremost, I need to thank my assistant, who, in all honesty, is pretty much responsible for most of our success in this volleyball program through her passion, her creativity, and her love. Jody, will you please stand? As Randy said, we had a lot of changes that went on in this season, and starting with the practice and playing in the field house. But we really used that to our advantage, as we had to share with softball, baseball, basketball, everybody, and it really helped us learn how to deal with different adversities that came and learn to block out distraction, who really helped us learn how to adapt to any situation. And with that, there's a few examples of overcoming adversity I'd like to just point out from our season. After losing one of a starting player, we headed to Kirkwood to play 3 top 20 nationally ranked teams, with number 2 Parkland being our first opponent. We spoke as a team, we regrouped, we went ahead and set a plan on how we wanted to beat Parkland, and we took them down in 4 sets, with the 4th set being 26-24. With Parkland, they have such a legacy going on, but they had only lost 2 matches all year. One was to us, and one was in the finals. So it was a great highlight to our season. The next one came when our first round of districts, we were playing Neosho. We had lost to them in 2017 in 5 sets. So it was a revenge match for us. We walked in there thinking we got this, and then we're down 2 sets. The girls realized that our season was on the line, rallied back, and we won the next 3 sets to finish off that, finish off districts, head to nationals, and finish 3rd. What? Yes. Okay. One of the things James shared with us was being kind. And that is something that's really important about this group. I'm proud of them with all their successes on the court, in the classroom. But most importantly was the way these girls chose to be kind to other people. Our bus driver was pretty much the same bus driver throughout every trip that we took. We got to know him well. The girls chatted with him. He was very outgoing, but he also was pretty lonely too. And the girls would always invite him over to the table to eat during restaurants, our meals, found out when his birthday was, had the restaurant sing to him. But one of the other things that really touched me was the fact that we're at nationals, and he would come in and watch us, and the girls asked, one of the captains come up and says, "Coach, do you think it'd be all right if our team bought him a national shirt and made a card for him so that we could thank him for just supporting us?" It brought tears to his eyes. He drove us back into Johnson County and just said how incredible it was to feel a part of a family. And I thought that that was the most impressive thing about this team, the character that they have. So thank you, ladies, for sharing that. Before I announce our winners, I would like to recognize 3 players who earned All-American honors. And this sometimes is one of those things that they really want to earn because they leave their pictures in the locker room for years to come and people to look at. So I need our All-Americans that earned this year, Jade Askren, Anna Hester, and our freshman, Riley Barnum, to please stand. And to our award winners. For our Cavalier Award winner, Anna Hester. Anna is the baby of the family of 5 sisters. This is the 3rd sister that we've had of the Hester family. All of them have left marks here of achievement. Anna has earned and set the goal of being an All-American, in which she's achieved. She did this through a stress fracture all season long, and she's also going to continue those honors of being another All-American at St. Mary's University next year. Thank you, Anna. Our next award winner is the academic award winner, Tori Burkhart. If any of you have ever met Tori or been around her, you know she's full of energy. She's a heart and soul. She shows up every day in practice with effort, positivity. She doesn't only compete in volleyball, but she's also competed in both softball, and she has brought both teams to a national tournament. Last but not least, our MVP, Jade Askren. Last spring, Jade almost made the decision not to play volleyball anymore. Would have been a horrible decision. But she decided that she was going to come back, fight. She went through a bunch of dedication and hard work to put in any of the work that she missed. She earned not only the All-American honors, but she also learned a lot about herself in the process, and she's also going to extend her career at Park University, who just won their national title. We look forward to seeing Jade winning more national titles there, along with All-American. Thank you.
Okay, we're almost there. For the final award of the night, can I have all the academic and MVP winners back on the stage to present the awards for the female and male overall academic award winner and the overall male and female most valuable player awards. So if you'll come back on the stage. While we're doing that, I want to thank Ephraim Duran and Nick Urban for filming. They're the ones that put those films, Ephraim put the films together that we've all enjoyed tonight. So thank you, Nick. Ephraim, wherever you're at, I don't know if he's here tonight, but we appreciate all of his work. He spent a lot of time on that. Yeah. Each year, JCC, we honor a female and male athlete who've excelled in their academic studies. This year's winners have been able to balance the demand of the sport and working and practicing and the classroom work. Both will earn academic honors from the NJCA in June. The female academic winners for 2019, for the first time, it's a statistical tie. Georgia Vernadaskus, I didn't get that right, did I? Georgia is our winner, and she tied with Millie. Millie, both from soccer. There you go. Yeah. For 3 semesters, they both had a perfect 4.0. That's awesome. The male academic winner is Dylan Bierman of the baseball team. Yeah, Dylan. He also had a perfect 4.0 for 3 semesters. So congratulations, Georgia, Millie, and to Dylan. Well done. Yeah. The Female and Male Athlete of the Year awards are presented annually by the coaching staffs. This year's winners each posted amazing seasons for their respective teams. Each of these winners have also etched their names forever in our history among the all-time statistical leaders in their sports. The 2018-19 JCC Female Athlete of the Year is Jade Askren of the volleyball team. Jade. Jade was not only the MVP of the team, she was one of the best players in the country. Coach just mentioned, she earned first team All-American, first team All-Region, first team All-Conference, and twice was selected as the Conference Setter of the Week. She leaves the program ranked 3rd all-time in career assist with 2,122. Congratulations, Jade. The 2018-19 Male Athlete of the Year is Nick Larkin of the men's basketball team. Nick had a tremendous sophomore season, and it was validated by the postseason honors that he'd won. He earned second-team All-American, first-team All-Region, and All-Conference. He was named to the national All-Tournament team and was given the Jack Sistrano Small Man Award at the tournament. He was also selected as the Conference Player of the Week in 3 consecutive weeks during the season. Nick's name will be scattered throughout the Johnson County record book. He will always be remembered as the first Cavalier to register 2 triple-doubles in one season, and the night that we won the region, he was phenomenal. Nick, congratulations. Before we leave tonight, and we're almost done, I want to say a big thank you to my co-coach. She's a counselor for me and a big help to me, my wife, Suzanne. I thank you for all the headaches that I give you, but appreciate your support through the years and just how much fun it is to be your husband. Thank you so much. All right. That concludes our 2018 Athletic Awards. Another great year. We look forward to softball and baseball. And again, thank you to James. What a tremendous night it was to have you here and to share your story with us. I do want to say a big thank you to Nothing Bundt Cakes for sponsoring our event tonight. They're out there waiting. Don't forget to stop by and grab some, and let's go Cavs. Thank you very much.